Alright guys, make you an update video. I got my panel from the junkyard. They cut it out for me. They charged me 60 bucks, which was cheaper than anybody else could. But the guy at the junkyard wouldn't cut up a Mustang GT. The only thing he had that he wanted to cut up was a 4-cylinder LX, which it's pretty much the same stuff, just a little bit of difference, but nothing major. So I got that for 60 bucks. Show you the progress we made on it since I've been off all week, and me and my little brother have been working on this and fitting it up and getting it right. Today we welded it into the car. Right now we got some big nasty welds we got to grind down, but that's okay because we were trying to put a wide weld in so that we would have less chances of stress cracking it. But it's all welded in now. Just got to grind it down and then make like 2 more passes with the welder over it, and then we'll have like a wide weld across it, and the weld will be approximately about a 1/2 inch wide. Just basically had to go slow across the shock tower and bend the metal in and get it all fitted. It looks like with the welds there that everything's not in the proper place, but it is. There's a slight bend out on the shock tower at the bottom. We got the frame rails in there. I've been grinding them down. Probably got about 3 hours in grinding work to do. My welds probably aren't the prettiest, but they've never failed, so I'd rather do more grinding than have a pretty weld and have it fail. Everything went together good. We got the inside. We got welded up on the rails. Like I said, we're grinding all this down so we can make a wider weld. That way have less prone to have any stress cracking. But we got the tower welded it on both sides to build up the metal, because it's pretty thin metal right in here and it's hard to weld. So took and spot welded all around the inside the first time, then come through here and then spot welded and then put welds across. Be kind of hard to get in and grind, but like I said, all it is time, and my time's free since this is my project. The welder may have been a little bit hot, but my Lincoln doesn't have any in-between settings, so pretty much we got this whole subframe piece welded in. It's solid, it's not going anywhere. As you can see, we don't have no support beam holding up the front end no more. So that there goes to show you that weld's solid. It's just a few things, but nothing major. Got to get all this surface rust in here, get it knocked down. I got some POR 15 to put on it. Car's solid. It's almost ready to put the subframe back in. And yeah, I made measurements across the chassis, make sure everything's still in line, everything's good. If you'd have seen the panel before we welded, I should have showed you, but everything lined up real good. It's just that the metal on this is it's real thin. If you see the separation layers there, it's real thin, so it makes it hard to put a good decent weld on there first. So you just have to do a spot welds and then take and then beat it out. But let's see here, take the zoom back out. But everything's here. We'll get it all ground down and we'll get the K-member back in. No more window through the shock tower, can't see through there. The frame rails are sturdy. I put a bunch of weld through primer and stuff through here, and as soon as I get some time, I'm going to try and open this hole in the frame a little bigger so I can shoot some POR 15 down the frame rail, see if maybe I can stop it from happening again. And I know all these rust spots will be future, all these welds will be future rust spots, but I'm gonna try and get all that taken care of. This is a pain in the ass. I had probably about 3 or 4 hours in fitting that piece into the chassis, but everything looks good, so I'll leave it at that. And we got our welder running good. We had a problem. See if I can show you guys here. Find a place to. Let's see if I can set you down here. Oh, fuck. Alright, let's see. It's hard to do everything one-handed. But our ground cable wasn't soldered in, it was just crimped. So I soldered the cable in and put it in. Now the ground works pretty good. That was one of the problems I was having, but other than that, everything's all good. I like Miller welders better. I probably should have used the TIG, but it's hard to get the TIG in there, especially since I just have the foot pedal attachment, and it's a pain in the ass to get it in and around the car. And it was just easier to use the MIG. Yeah, I gotta get a new grinder wheel on the grinder, about use that one up. You guys been making some good videos. We're just about ready, to get the motor in the car. And we got our K member sitting out here, so we're just about ready to put that back in as soon as we get all these welds ground down and finish doing the other welds that we're gonna do. The other side was solid. This side of the car, the shock tower was solid, so I didn't have to do nothing with it. It's not windowed. There's nothing happening there yet. It's pretty solid when you hit it with a hammer, but everything else is good. Guess I'll leave it at that, and I'll have another update for you guys when we get a little more work done.